The moment you crack an egg from a bird trapped in a crowded indoor facility claiming to be free range, your body receives a biological payload dominated by pro-inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids instead of the cellular repair nutrients promised by that label. Most shoppers genuinely believe they are paying extra for a vastly superior piece of biological engineering. The hidden reality of modern agricultural labeling law is that a single door opened for 10 minutes a day into a tiny dirt enclosure for 20,000 squeezed hens fully satisfies the legal definition of free range. That egg yolk sitting in your frying pan is not just a piece of food, it is a direct biological reflection of the precise environment, stress levels, and light spectrum that animal experienced. When you digest that yolk, those modified fatty acids pass directly through your intestinal wall and physically rebuild the outer membranes of your own living cells. What we are looking at here is a fundamental misdirection in how human beings understand nutrition. The exact food science mechanism comes down to how an animal's metabolic system processes its daily inputs and converts them into the structural phospholipids that make up meat and eggs. When a bird spends its life indoors eating nothing but processed yellow corn and soybean meal, its body produces high concentrations of linoleic acid. That linoleic acid accumulates directly inside the egg's fatty membrane. But when a hen actively ranges on real pastured soil under true sunlight, its biological machinery transforms foraging vegetation into alpha-linolenic acid, lutein, and active cholecalciferol, which is vital vitamin D3. When you consume those pasture-derived fats, your body builds fluid, resilient cell walls that communicate cleanly. When you consume high-stress, grain-heavy free-range eggs, you are literally constructing your cell membranes out of rigid, easily oxidized fats that generate low-grade internal systemic friction. To really understand what happens inside your plate, look at what happens when you crack open a truly pasture-raised egg next to a standard store-bought free-range egg. You immediately notice the color difference. The standard free-range yolk is pale yellow, almost translucent, while the pasture-raised yolk is a deep, rich, vibrant marigold orange. That deep orange pigment isn't just a pretty cosmetic trait. It is a visible biological footprint of active carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin that the bird ingested while pecking through living plant matter, fresh grass, and wild insects. In a groundbreaking study led by Dr. Rebecca Carsten at Pennsylvania State University in 2010, researchers set out to measure the exact nutritional divergence between pasture-raised hens and confinement-raised birds. The data was overwhelming. The eggs produced by birds living on real pasture contained 3 times more omega-3 fatty acids, 75% more vitamin A, and double the concentration of vitamin E compared to the standard confinement eggs that still claim healthy labels. The pastured eggs also contained vastly higher levels of active vitamin D3 because exposure to natural solar ultraviolet radiation triggers direct cutaneous synthesis of the precursor hormone in the bird's skin and feather follicles. Now, before we explore how these specific fatty acid membranes alter your liver's metabolic signaling, let me step outside the science for just a quick second. If you are starting to realize how deeply these commercial labels obscure real biological facts, hit the subscribe button right now and drop a quick comment telling me which egg label you currently have sitting in your fridge. It directly signals to the platform that this level of deep food science matters to real people, which allows our team to stay independent and keep uncovering the cellular truth about what we eat. Alright, let me take you straight back to what happens inside your cell walls. Cell walls do not lie. When those lipid molecules pass through your digestive tract, your body breaks them down into individual fatty acid chains. These chains are transported straight into your bloodstream inside microscopic transport bubbles called chylomicrons. From there, your cells take those exact fatty acid strands and weave them directly into the double-layered lipid sheath that wraps around every single cell in your brain, heart, and liver. When was the last time you checked where your breakfast actually saw the sun? This brings us into the most urgent, high-energy reality of this entire biological equation. When an animal lives under continuous chronic stress in a crowded shed, even one labeled free range, its adrenal axis continuously pumps a stress hormone called corticosterone into its bloodstream. Corticosterone triggers a cascade of systemic lipid oxidation inside the animal's tissues. The physiological stress experienced by the animal transforms its internal fat stores, generating toxic secondary compounds like malondialdehyde directly inside the tissue you are about to cook and eat. You are not just eating calories, you are installing biological software straight into your cellular machinery. Think about that for a moment. If the animal's biological software was corrupted by chronic confinement, high-temperature processed grain feeds, and constant social elevation of stress hormones, that corrupted biological signal gets imported straight into your system. In 2016, Dr. Artemis Simopoulos published crucial research on evolutionary lipid architecture, proving that the human cell membrane evolved to function optimally on a balanced ratio of 1:1 omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. When that ratio skews higher than 4:1, the structural integrity of your cell membranes shifts. The membrane becomes stiff and inflamed. Standard commercial free-range eggs often carry an alarming ratio of 15:1 or even 20:1 because the birds are fed almost entirely on industrial soy and corn grains while living inside dense indoor warehouses. When your cell membranes are stuffed with excessive omega-6 fats, those fats act as raw materials for pro-inflammatory signaling chemicals called eicosanoids. Every time your body experiences minor metabolic work, these inflamed membranes release cascades of arachidonic acid metabolites that keep your immune system on permanent high alert. Conversely, when you eat eggs or meat from birds that genuinely grazed outside on pasture, those lipid membranes are packed with anti-inflammatory omega-3 chains. Those anti-inflammatory chains produce specialized molecules called resolvins and protectins that actively cool down inflammation and speed up tissue recovery across your entire cardiovascular system. Take a moment and let that profound biological reality sink in. The choice on the grocery store shelf isn't about supporting a nice farm aesthetic. It is a high-stakes decision about the chemical construction of your own living heart and vascular tissue. So, how do we practically fix this in our daily lives without being fooled by clever corporate marketing tricks? Here are 3 concrete, highly effective daily strategies you can implement right away in your kitchen. First, when buying eggs, completely bypass the words free-range and cage-free. Instead, explicitly look for the phrase pasture-raised combined with a verified certification like Certified Humane or Animal Welfare Approved. This guarantees that each bird had at least 108 square feet of outdoor pasture with real plant canopy. Eat 2 pasture-raised eggs every morning, gently cooked in a pan at low heat. High heat can damage delicate omega-3 fats, so keeping the yolk soft and runny preserves the structural integrity of the delicate lutein and active vitamin D3 molecules. Pair these soft yolks with half a sliced avocado or a fistful of dark leafy greens. The natural monounsaturated fats in the avocado work synergistically with the egg's phospholipids, boosting your intestinal absorption of fat-soluble vitamins by over 400%. Second, when selecting poultry meat, shift your primary focus toward heritage breeds or air-chilled pasture-raised chicken thighs and drumsticks rather than conventional lean breasts. Darker muscle tissue in foraging birds contains vast reserves of myoglobin, coenzyme Q10, and natural carnosine. Carnosine is a powerful dipeptide that acts as an internal shield against advanced glycation end products in your vascular system. Before cooking chicken meat, marinate it for 20 minutes in fresh chopped rosemary, oregano, and extra virgin olive oil. The carnosic acid found in fresh rosemary acts as a powerful antioxidant barrier that neutralizes any potential lipid oxidation on the surface of the meat during cooking. Third, if your local store only carries standard free-range options, you can actively balance your metabolic matrix directly at the plate level. Whenever you cook standard eggs, scramble them alongside fresh, cold-water, wild-caught seafood like wild salmon, sardines, or anchovies, or sprinkle 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flaxseed onto your meal. The direct addition of preformed EPA and DHA from seafood or alpha-linolenic acid from flaxseed compensates for the missing omega-3 profile of the grain-fed egg. This simple kitchen intervention forces your cell membranes back into a healthy, balanced lipid ratio, neutralizing the excess linoleic acid load. From this moment on, you will never look at a grocery store label as a simple collection of friendly marketing words again. You now possess the clear cellular perspective. You see that carton of eggs for what it truly is, a biological instruction set that directly programs your cell membrane fluidity, your vascular inflammation levels, and your mitochondrial energy output. Your kitchen is no longer just a place to warm up food. It is a high-precision biological laboratory where your long-term cellular resilience is systematically built. Which egg label is currently in your fridge? Drop your answer in the comments below in just a few words, and go ahead and click the like button right now as a practical bookmark. That way, you can easily pull up these exact buying guidelines and biochemical combinations next time you are standing in the egg aisle trying to make the right choice for your body. You now hold the hidden cellular manual that most consumers will never understand. We are already deep in the lab analyzing a fascinating new discovery about how modern processing completely alters the molecular structure of standard wheat flour compared to traditional long fermentation sourdough, and what that structural shift does to your gut lining at the microscopic level. Hit the subscribe button right now so you don't miss that exact revelation the moment we break down the science. Stay curious, keep decoding your food, and I will see you in the very next biological discovery.